What's up, guys? How you guys doing? And welcome to 32 Teams, where I review all 32 teams and the NHL after the 2022-23 season. This series will consist of an overview, the regular season, postseason, player stats, team stats, and my overall opinion about the team. We will start in the Western Conference and move on to the Eastern Conference. Today, we review the Dallas Stars. Let's get started. The 2022-23 Dallas Stars season marked the franchise's 56th in the NHL since it was founded on June 5th, 1967. It was also the 30th season after it moved from Minnesota before the start of the 1993-94 NHL season. On October 13th, 2022, the season's opening game was played at the Richmond Arena against the Nashville Predators. On October 15th, the season's first home game was played against the Predators at American Airlines Center. Pierre Dubois was appointed to take over as head coach of the Stars after Rick Bowness left during the offseason. On April 3rd, 2023, the Stars secured the place in the playoffs with a victory over the Nashville Predators. Dallas possessed a group of forwards with an intriguing blend of youth and experience, including a developing superstar up front in Jason Robertson. An outstanding goalkeeper is Jake Oettinger, a franchise defenseman in Miro Hykinson, I can say his name, and a franchise forward in Miro Hykinson. The Stars beat the Minnesota Wild in the first round of the playoffs in 6 games. They then won 7 games in the second round against Seattle Kraken before falling to the Vegas Golden Knights in the Western Conference Final. Dallas Stars started the season with a 4-1 win against the Nashville Predators. Great start, and they kept winning and not losing that many games. Although October wasn't their best month of the 2022 year, they still had a winning record of 5-3-1. The wins kept coming, and they didn't lose that many games. In November, they won 8 games and had an 8-3-3 record in November. Then, their best month of the year and season was December, where they went 10-3-2. In December, they beat big teams such as the Devils and the Minnesota Wild. In 2022, they ended with a record of 23-9-6, an incredible record that shows they can be a great team in the playoffs. And in 2023, they kept winning games and had a good record. Even though January and February wasn't their best months, January they went 5-4-4, and February they went 3-3-3. They kept their heads up and played good hockey. March was another good month, where they went 10-4-1, and then ended in April with a 6-0 record. They played to the last game against the St. Louis Blues and won 1-0, and also ended with a 6-game winning streak. They ended with a 47-21-14 record, or 108 points, clinching the playoffs and the second seed in the Central Division. The Stars had a great season with 10 more points from last season. The team had a lot of goals and had great defense, which had led them to having a good record and making the playoffs. Now, let's see if they can make the Stanley Cup. The Stars are to play against the Minnesota Wild, who are third in the Central Division. Before reviewing the games, Oettinger is their primary goalie and played in every playoff game. In Game 1, it is a close 2-2 game that goes to overtime and then goes to double overtime. At 12 minutes and 20 seconds into the game, the Wild are able to score, taking Game 1. Not a good playoff start, but then the Stars tell otherwise. They have a massive 7-3 win, equalizing the series, but then it changes. The Wild defeated the Stars largely 5-1, giving the Wild a 2-1 lead. The Stars need to defend the lead and win the next games, and in fact they did. They won a close game of 3-2 in Game 4. Then in Game 5 they shut out the Wilds 4-0, giving the Stars a 3-2 lead. Only one more game and the Stars advanced, and they did. They were able to win it 4-1. This one advanced them to the second round. In the second round, they play against the Seattle Kraken. Seattle defeated the reigning Cup champs Avalanche, so Seattle is a tough team that wasn't the same before. The Kraken are a very offensive team, and the Stars need to defend greatly to win this series. In Game 1, Joe Pavelski has an absolute masterclass with 4 goals in the game, but the Kraken win the game 5-4 in overtime. In Game 2, they were able to redeem themselves with a 4-2 win. The Kraken then overtake the lead with a large win of a score of 7-2. Just like the last series, the Stars are down 2-1 and need to come back, which they did. They won Game 4 6-3 and Game 5 5-2, now making the Stars just one win away to advance to the conference finals. The Stars play hard, but they lose 6-3, which means a Game 7 will happen. Game 7 is here and a large fought battle, but the Stars are able to take the win with a score of 2-1, meaning they advance to the conference finals. In the conference finals, they play against the Vegas Golden Knights. The Golden Knights are a team that really just is like good at everything. They don't really have a weakness, so the Stars will need to play the best they can to win the series. And Game 1 is a close game, but they lose in overtime 4-3. Game 2 is nearly the same game. It goes to overtime, but they lose again 3-2. The Stars need to redeem themselves, but it doesn't happen. They get shut out 4-0, giving Vegas a 3-0 lead, just one win away from going to the playoffs. This is the moment that the Stars must play their actual hardest and they need to do everything they can. In Game 4, a nerve-wracking game that goes to overtime. It was close, but it doesn't matter. Pavelski scored the overtime winner, giving the Stars hope. In Game 5, they play in Vegas, and it could be a tie where Vegas wins this, but they don't. Dallas was able to win it in a great 4-2 game. They are now only down 3-2 in the series, and Dallas still has a chance. The next game could force Game 7 and be a win or go home game for both teams. Game 6 starts and is not good. The Golden Knights scored 3 in the first period, 1 in the second, and finally 2 in the third period, getting the score 6-0, ending a playoff run for the Dallas Stars. The Stars had a great season in playoff run. They had a better season than last year and improved in all elements in the game. They came back from a 2-1 series against the Wild and the Kraken, but they couldn't beat Vegas and they lose 4-2 in the series. This is a season fans should be happy about. They were in the conference finals and they had a significantly better season than last year. Let's move on to the player stats. The pointer for the Dallas Stars is Jason Robertson with 109 points in 82 games. Robertson had a very good season and is a young player that is still developing. This player can do many great things in Dallas and it can really lead this team. He had the most points among American-born players under the age of 23 in this season. In addition, he overtook Dino Ciccarelli to become Bobby Smith's second highest scorer in a season with the Dallas/Minnesota North Star. Next is Jamie Benn, who had been with the Dallas for over 10 years. He's still putting up a lot of points despite his age. Next, who is very close, is Ben and Joe Pavelski. Pavelski is a clutch and great player that can show up in big games. With 13 playoff goals, he led the Stars and finished second among all players and passed Maurice Richard for the most goals scored by a player 34 or older in a single postseason season. This stat shows his greatness. There are more players that were very close to these two players, such as Rup Hintz and Miro Heiskanen, I can't say his name, sorry, who both had over 70 points. And the entire team, 16 players had over 20 points this season, which is very good and shows their offensive abilities. Next, we move on to our goalies. Next is Jake Oettinger. I can't say his name. Great. He played most of the games for Dallas, had 37 wins, good 9.90 save percentage, and a 2.37 goals allowed average. Pretty good stats for him. Then we have Scott Wedgwood, former Devil. Played 21 games. I think 21 games. Had 9 wins, 8 losses, okay, and 2.72 goals allowed average, not too bad, and a .950 save percentage, which is also pretty good. And you have Matt Murray, who only played 3 games, which is you can't really count that yet, but not bad for the goalies either. On the face-off win percentage, Dallas is first, and this is really good face-off percentage, 55%, really good percent, and they are top in the league for face-off win percentage. Next in shots allowed, if you're last, if you're more last, then that's good. Dallas Stars 29.9, 30 shots, not too bad at all. Shots per game, Dallas 14th mid-table, 31.9 shots, really not too bad. The penalty kill, let's see, where is Dallas? Okay, I think I might pass Dallas. Oh no, the third. That's really good. The 83% penalty kill, really good penalty kill. That is acceptable. The power play, what about the power play? Fifth, great power play. Goals allowed. I mean, they should be allowed the mid table or the lower 2.62. That's really good. That's still pretty good. And goals for Dallas 3.42. That's good. And this season for him, great season, 108 points. Great season, 10 points higher from last season. Great season. I think the team stats and player stats really do show it. Now, what is my overall opinion about this team? I think the Dallas Stars had one of the best seasons they had, and they were very close to the Stanley Cup final. They had a very good season with 108 points. A young star that's still growing. That's Jason Robertson. Their playoff run was great and beat the Wild and the Kraken, but couldn't defeat the Vegas Golden Knights. If they were to beat them, I honestly think they could have beaten the Florida Panthers and won the Stanley Cup, but we will never know. On my last note, I think that this season was a season for fans to remember happily and that they had a good playoff run. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know that I didn't upload Sunday or Saturday. Those were my break. I had something to do. But yeah, unfortunately, the daily videos had ended with I think 8 days in a row. Not bad. I honestly didn't expect making videos 8 days in a row. It's exhausting, but I'm willing to do it. I have time in my hands. I can make these videos, and I'm almost halfway. And you can't quit when you're halfway. And I can never quit. Even if I did this, even when I did Anaheim, there's no quitting in my mind. I want to make these videos, and yeah, we're close. Dallas. I've made a decision that I'll make Vegas last because I want the Stanley Cup champ to I want to do him last. I think it's just better to do that way. And then Florida's second to last. That's just how I'm gonna do it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys had a great weekend. And yeah, stay safe and have a good one, guys. See ya.